And the organization really has a core of compassion.
Working with youth is, man, it's nothing like it.
They've survived things I probably never could have, survived.
We come to serve.
People are not expendable. People are worth something. If society continues to throw them away, then we're throwing away life, we're throwing away our brothers, and we're throwing away our sisters.
The night ministry is more than its signature bus, and it's even more than a night ministry. In this city of big shoulders, one remarkable organization is there 24 hours a day for the city's homeless and at-risk youth and adults.
We see everyone not as a package of problems or a package of deficits. We see people as human beings with great potential.
This is an organization of deceptively simple ideas in a complex world. The night ministry builds relationships with people, and through those relationships helps empower people to meet their own needs.
We develop relationships with people, and those relationships are the conduit for services. You cannot expect somebody who's on the streets or in a shelter or scared of becoming homeless to accept services from a stranger.
This unique strategy has been a success since 1976, when Tom Behrens went out on the street reaching out to those in need.
We've seen the program grow, and we're still doing what we wanted to do back then today.
The night ministry operates two programs, an outreach and health program and youth services. In Chicago, some 10,000 youth are homeless over the course of a year.
Is this never going to get better? Is this never going to stop? That's the biggest emotional part of it, and you just don't feel like a person. You feel like something less than, like I used to sleep on the blue line, and I was looking around at people like, they're better than I am because they have somewhere to live, they have a job, they have a life, they have a family.
My mom was a drug addict. My dad was in and out of our lives. My mom would disappear for days.
The youth that we work with are the most resilient people you've ever met. And they, just like all adolescents, have dreams for their lives. They have ambitions. They believe that the world is their oyster and that their happily ever after is there waiting for them.
Day and night, the night ministry provides a range of youth services through outreach on the street, at their drop-in program at the Broadway Youth Center, and at their 3 open-door youth shelter programs in 2 locations, and continuing care once a young participant has left the housing programs.
But I think their own internal desire to be successful and the skills that they have and the skills that we can help them enhance or develop while they're here, I think every kid deserves the opportunity to make use of the services that we provide and to be successful.
I tell them the way you came in is not the way I want you to leave.
She grows up. I want her to stay in school and, be a leader, not a follower, and just hope she make the right choices,
The night ministry has a significant portion of the shelter spaces in Chicago for homeless youth. They offer an interim housing program, a shelter for pregnant and parenting teen moms, and a transitional living program. They also work with teen moms in the community who are at risk of losing their housing.
A number of the girls that we're dealing with comes from family where there's been some form of abuse, whether it's been emotional, mental, or physical abuse. So you have to kind of gauge where that individual is to give them what they need. And sometimes it's just a gradual process.
There's groups provided, there's meals at specific times, there's independent living skills, there's relationship groups, everything that teenagers need to support themselves and make them an adult.
Tell them that they're special, that they're beautiful, that they're lovable, and give them respect. And with that, miracles can be accomplished.
Before I was pregnant, I had 2 jobs, one as a home health care assistant, one as a certified nursing assistant, my own car, my own apartment. I wasn't thinking about being homeless. It happens.
The night ministry also operates an outreach and health ministry program. Their 38-foot bus takes mobile relationship building to South, North, and West Side neighborhoods. Outreach professionals provide hospitality, hygiene kits, and a compassionate ear that often leads to the chance to help people apply for jobs, get IDs, or enroll in school, or get referrals to other helping organizations or government agencies.
healthcare is a big need. HIV testing, but socializing with them, playing football with them, talking to them is making community together.
So I was getting my blood pressure checked every week. You know, little things like that. Blood pressure, temperature, just good conversation.
The unique thing about the night ministry is we go to people, where people in the neighborhoods where they are, to where the people are in those communities. We don't wait for them to come to us.
Going to where the people are, the night ministry makes approximately 80,000 contacts to over 6,000 adults, youth, and children annually through the Health Outreach Bus.
It's not only the coffee and the cookies that we give out, but there's a great relationship that is developed, the trust, and having people look up to you and trust you with their innermost needs and concerns, and it gives me the opportunity to be able to reach deep and see how much more I can assist them.
A rapid HIV testing team performs STD tests and provides HIV results in just 20 minutes, while the Health Outreach Bus contains a traveling exam room where nurses offer health care to people who have difficulty accessing medical services.
We all, will worry about our blood pressure. We worry about things like, are we eating correctly and stuff like that. But most of us aren't worried about, are we going to be warm? Are we going to be in a safe place to sleep tonight?
No matter how dedicated the staff,
good morning, this is the night ministry.
The night ministry could not do its job without the helping hands and hearts of its several hundred volunteers. Volunteers provide hospitality from the bus. They work in the shelters. Volunteers of all ages work on the first Saturday of each month packing hygiene kits. And volunteers help out in the administrative offices.
I think volunteers really have a lot of different motivations, but yet at the end of the day, they all feel good about helping someone else.
It's just being able to listen and relate to people and shaking someone's hand. And you can see the difference that it makes, because I think a lot of people here feel invisible. And, I just want to give them that acknowledgement.
Before I started this kind of work, you'd see people on the street and not really, I don't know, you might look the other way or go on the other side of the street. And what I've learned is they're people just like you and I.
It's simple. I like to help others, and I think what we do here is good work.
The night ministry helps people find their individual strengths.
I myself was homeless as a teen. You would never probably be able to tell by just looking at me today. But I was also helped through the night ministry, Open Doors Shelter program.
There are a lot of people who come back to the bus 5 or 10 years later who've been here, and it really made a difference in their life. They come back and tell us.
About a year and a half ago, he came back and he said, it was just smiling, he said, I want you to see this. And he showed me his ID. He had a really good job.
The night ministry, offering concrete solutions to help youth and adults to meet their own needs.
You could be homeless and you didn't do anything to deserve homelessness.
The night ministry, offering food, shelter, medical care, and hope.
They help people out. They don't prejudice nobody.
The night ministry, offering a listening ear.
And helping people ain't got no home or nothing.
The night ministry, 24 hours a day, today, tonight, tomorrow, and as long as we are needed.
I know me and my son is going somewhere. We're both going to be somebody.
The night ministry.